Hey, Battle Built, here with another video, and today we're getting some more Season 6 Great League Go Battle League battles. Like I mentioned in the last video, we're going to be trying to cover as much of the move pool changes and move updates as we can on this channel, and the next Pokemon on the to-do list is another Ninetales, but it's the Kanto Ninetales, and it's the Shadow version of Kanto Ninetales. Because with this move pool update, Kanto Ninetales got access to Fire Weather Ball, which is going to be its quickest energy charge move, and it's also going to receive Stab, whereas before this, its quickest energy charge move was Psyshock, and that was also a Psychic type move, where Kanto Ninetales is a Fire type Pokemon, so you get how big of a deal this could be for Kanto Ninetales. And with Fire Spin and Weather Ball being such a cheap energy move, it actually is pretty spammy. Not as spammy as a Alolan Ninetales, but the Fire Spins deal some solid damage, and honestly, I kind of went off with this team of 3, and Kanto Ninetales swept some back lines. Like, this is some, like, these are some crazy matches. I only tested it out for one set, just because, you know, it was a spice. I wanted to get you the content, and just in case it didn't go well, you know, I only wanted to do one set and then leave the rest for my stream later in the day. But before we get into these battles, or as we get into these battles, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. This past month has been like my highest growing month as a YouTube channel since I've started this channel like a year or so ago, a little bit less than a year. So it really means a lot to me, guys, that you've been supporting me so much, and I would love to just keep the ball rolling on that. All right, getting into this match, we go for the double Hydro Cannon, expecting them to shield the first charge move, and they had the audacity to not shield the first charge move. Could have been a Sludge Wave and one-shot the Wigglytuff. Instead, they shield the second one, which is a great play on their end because I baited. So they're going to end up winning lead. So I treated Kanto Ninetales as a safe swap. They're at a charge move. They were going to charm me down, get to a charge move regardless. So I'm going to shield this, even though it's resisted. Kanto Ninetales, pretty glassy, but look at how quickly I'm already at the Fire Weather Ball. And again, keep in mind, I'm using Fire Spin as my quick move. So Fire Spin's not a terrible move, but it's not like the best for energy generation. That Weather Ball does a nice chunk of damage, and with that Shadow boost in attack, these Fire Spins are slowly chunking away at the Sableye. We're going to shield this move coming through because we have the Sableye exactly where we want it. It's in farm range. We're going to get a little risky. We go get 3 Fire Spins through, and now we're loaded. The Wigglytuff comes back in, so this is telling me their last Pokemon is really weak to Kanto Ninetales. So I did one more Fire Spin just because even though we resist the charms, we're a bit low. We get their shield, so I go for another Weather Ball immediately, again, because of the fact that Kanto Ninetales is getting low on health, and I'm quite curious to see what they're trying to protect and hide from my Kanto Ninetales, and it ends up being a Shadow Abomasnow. So all I needed to do, look at how much those Fire Spins did. It did like 2/3 of Abomasnow's health there. And then we get to this Weather Ball, and I didn't even need my Abomasnow. We just swept the back line with Kanto Ninetales. And that's not the only match we do that in. So honestly, I've really enjoyed playing around with this team. This could be a team that I might revisit, but the team I put in yesterday's video, that's like my go-to team right now. I highly recommend you checking out that video too, but definitely check out this one. Okay, getting to this next matchup, we have a Swampert on another Spice Pokemon that people are messing around with in some Go Battle League battles, and that is Jellicent. I make a mistake here. I go for the Sludge Wave, forgetting that Jellicent is not only a Water type, but also a Ghost type, and its Ghost typing resists Sludge Wave. But I remembered it after I threw, so that was definitely a big mistake on my end. I don't remember. I think I play out the one shield in this. No, I let the charge move come through. I let the Shadow Ball come through. It gets me really low. I knew Jellicent was tanky, so I didn't think that Shadow Ball was going to do as much damage as it did. And in this situation, what I really should have done was just spammed as many Hydro Cannons as possible, and then just hoped that I could have, like, farmed down with Abomasnow. I swap in, hoping that, like, I could stop them from getting extra energy. I let this charge move come through. They're running Hex, Ice Beam, and Shadow Ball, which is a solid moveset for this type of situation, and I'm just really misplaying this specific matchup, and I'm not sitting in a good spot here. Once we see Bastiodon after we lose lead and our Swampert's almost dead, this is essentially GG. This was a poor matchup, just, you know, typings-wise, our one counter for the Bastiodon got beat by the Jellicent, so things didn't line up well here. We're going to lose this one out. Honestly, I should have just quit at this point. Once I realized Swampert was dead, there was no reason to continue playing this out because Kanto Ninetales and Abomasnow are not going to have good play against this Bastiodon. We're going to get absolutely walled by it, but I decided to be stubborn for the YouTube content, and I decided to shield here and continue playing this match out. But let me know if you guys have been playing around with Jellicent. I know once you hit rank 20, if you're wondering how to get Jellicent, or really its first form Frillish, you have to be at rank 20 and then win 1 battle or 3 battles, depending on which lane you choose to get the encounter at rank 20, and Frillish to be your first encounter in Go Battle League. So the only way you can get access to it is through Go Battle League and getting to rank 20. And as you can see, that's definitely another Pokemon I want to test out because it has quite the unique moveset. We saw one version of it here, but I think Jellicent can have some success with other movesets as well. I believe because of the bubble nerf, Hex is probably the way to go, unless you really are worried about like fire types depending on your team comp, because all its moves that it gets access to are like solid playable moves. So it really all falls on the team comp you decide to put with it. If you're weak to fire, you probably want to go with bubble so you can deal some super effective damage there. If not, I'd recommend Hex, maybe Bubble Beam to spam the debuff, and then definitely run Shadow Ball. And the only thing you would flip in the charge moves would be between Ice Beam and Bubble Beam. You would definitely want Shadow Ball. Okay, getting to the third match after we got beat pretty bad by a Jellicent and a Bastiodon. We get into this. I said we're getting to the third match. Yes, we have Swampert here up against Azumarill. They end up getting to the charge move, so I decide to shield here. I'm gonna get my words together. I'm gonna get this together. I go straight for the Sludge Wave. Not really sure, because you know, like it's always a 50-50 shot when it comes to baiting. Thankfully, Sludge Wave lands and goes through, because that could have been a big play there. They might have expected the bait, they might not have. And at this point, I could just go straight Hydro Cannon to potentially win out this lead. It kind of depends on if they want to shield here, but once the Sludge Wave lands, I'm sitting pretty good. So the only thing I'm worried about is them getting this charge move off, but I can survive it. It will be another Ice Beam. I just would have loved to have Mud Shot down and still had like a fully healthy Swampert, considering the fact I'm at a shield disadvantage. But I do Mud Shot down, a little bit of energy. We wait to see what they come in with. They come in with a Meganium. We do not want to swap out here because we have 2 hard counters for it in the back, and giving up any type of switch advantage after winning a lead isn't really a good idea, just because I have something like Abomasnow, which is a hard counter for it, and then they come in with Shadow Mawile, and this is why we didn't safe swap anything, because we didn't want to get locked in. We had our Kanto Ninetails on the Mawile, and we take that match, make them quit before they decide if they want to play that out. Completely hard wall, Fire on Steel, you know, that's super effective. And then we had Ice on that Meganium. I was going to call it Snow, because Obama Snow. Anyhow, fourth match, we have a Swampert on another Azumarill lead, and we're just going to play this out how we did in the last one. We're just going to go straight Sludge Wave. They'll probably get to a charge move. We'll probably shield it like we did in the other one, just because we would love for them not to shield our Sludge Wave that's going to come through, and just try to make sure we keep switch so we can line up Ninetales in the right situations. So that Sludge Wave ends up landing, ends up being huge. They're going to go for another charge move here. Because, I did end up shielding this. I was going to say, because I landed the Sludge Wave, I wasn't sure if I decided I needed to shield here, but I wanted to just make sure I had a commanding lead situation. I overfarm a little bit, go for another Hydro Cannon. This isn't going to take out. They might shield if they want to keep their Azu alive. They decide to shield. They would have like just barely survived and still gotten off the Ice Beam. Oh, and then we get a ton of lag, so I just kind of go ham on the Mud Shots there. Yeah, they got a lot of lag, which was extremely unfortunate for them. And now they end up swapping into Sableye, and because of all that lag, we get a ton of energy to build up to multiple Hydro Cannons to deal with the Sableye. Yeah, we kind of took advantage of that, but we were winning lead regardless. We just went and had all these Hydro Cannons to spam at the Sableye. But, you know, you gotta do sometimes. People are unforgiving when, you know, you're the one lagging. And since we got their shields and the fact that their Sableye is almost dead, we come in with Kanto Ninetails to try and wrap this up. We're going to shield their foul play that's going to come through, just because we don't want to find out how much damage that does, and we can commit to a Fire Spin down. Their Azu is still alive with, like, barely any health, so if they want to come in with that, we could have Fire Spun it down. But they come in with Alolan Marowak, and we would be a bit concerned about the Alolan Marowak, just because it really hard counters the Abomasnow in the back, and the Bone Clubs would be super effective to our Kanto Ninetails. But as long as we can get off 2 Psy Shocks, which we're just able to do because we farmed down the Sableye so well, we'll get the Alolan Marowak low enough where it really can't do anything to the Abomasnow. They're also going to get to a charge move here. We're going to find out this is a Shadow Bone or a Bone Club. This ends up being a Bone Club. It almost takes me out, not quite. We swap into Abomasnow because we don't want to get farmed down and give them energy. Unless they have Fire Blast, none of their moves can one-shot us, even though the double super effective Fire Spins are hurting quite a bit on the Abomasnow. Shadow Bone, Bone Club, not something to worry about in this specific situation. We also see MP Tide, which was clutch, because if they would have pulled the swap and caught the Weather Ball on their Azu, that definitely could have been a problem for us. But we take out the Alolan Marowak there. They come back in with the Azu. All we need to do is get off a Weather Ball to take out its remaining little health, and we end up winning that match. So Kanto Ninetails played pretty well there. Lag kind of helped us out, but I wonder how that matchup would have went. Alolan Marowak would have been a bit of a problem. I would have had to be very tricky on how to play out that matchup. I'm not sure how much farm I might have gotten against that Sableye to potentially deal with it. But getting to the 5th and final match of the set, we have another match where Kanto Ninetails just absolutely goes off. We have Swampert on a Haunter lead here, and they threw so early. I knew that was definitely a Shadow Punch, so I'm like, you know what, I'll call it. I don't need to use a shield on this. I'm not worried about a Shadow Ball coming through and potentially one-shotting us, and we can threaten their shields, which is going to be huge, because if we can get their shields, then Kanto Ninetails can kind of go off. So I decided to shield this since I'm already at another Hydro Cannon. It was a CMP tie. Haunter wins like every CMP tie in Great League. If they decide to shield this and commit to lead, I'm going to swap into Kanto Ninetails immediately to try and build up some farm. They do shield. We go into Ninetails. These fire spins are hurting a lot. They decide to stay in. We get some more lag there. Niantic, please get it together. I don't know if they would have gotten to the Shadow Punch there, but what I will tell you in this match is it doesn't have an effect on it, because I have the Side Shock, which is going to one-shot the Toxicroak. If they would have gotten to Shadow Punch, I would have 1000% shielded it, and then they come in with a Wigglytuff, and they decide to quit there, because again, Kanto Ninetails slaughtering their back line of Toxicroak and Wigglytuff, because the only difference in this match where the lag wasn't a big deal was, again, I would have shielded that Shadow Punch, and then I would have still outpaced the Toxicroak to its charge move, got the Side Shock off, one-shot it, and still had Ninetales lined up with a decent amount of health up against their Wigglytuff. But yeah, honestly, that was a couple matches where Ninetales was sweeping back lines. I don't know, you guys let me know what you thought of it in the comment section. Definitely a fun Pokemon to use. I'm pretty confident on the right team comp. This might be a solid team comp, but on the right team comp, I think that it can have some play for success in like the Go Battle League rankings, like in the higher ups. But other than that, it's definitely still like a Spicemon. It's like on the fence, but definitely has a lot more play now with Weather Ball. Huge improvement, awesome addition to the potential Go Battle League meta, and I want to hear all your thoughts about it in the comment section as always. So please let me know what other Spice Pokemon you want me to test out. I have some ideas in mind. I'm thinking about doing a Kingler or a Crawdaunt video with the recent buff to Crabhammer. Those two are super glassy. I'm not sure how I'm gonna make that work, but do let me know your thoughts on that also. And good luck in your Go Battle League battles. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always, and I will see you all in the next video.